Hi, welcome all. My name is Laura Rueda. I'm here with Luis Serrano. We'll be presenting this conference and which is focused on the principal concepts about e-commerce and how to define the best platform in order to begin selling online. I am an account manager for the America team from Baltec, and I will be with Luis, which is a business developer representative presenting today. Next, please. This is the agenda which we'll be presenting today, and we will begin with the types of platforms. Okay, we want to begin telling you about the different types of platforms there are. For us, we want to start with what is a platform. It is the software where we are going to upload the products. It will allow a person to enter, add it the card, make the purchase, go to the checkout, and it is hard to define like the differences between two platforms, but here we decided to do it this way. And the first one is on-premise and the second one is SaaS or software as a service. What are the main features of the on-premise platforms? The first one is I own the code. I am responsible for everything that happens and needs to be done. In addition to the code, I have to have the infrastructure to support it, which means that I have full control and a lot of responsibility. Um, there are two different types of on-premise platforms. The first one is off the shelf, which is or can be, for example, WooCommerce, PrestaShop, Magento. And the second one can be like custom built platforms, which means that I have to hire a group of developers to start from scratch um, to have the e-commerce finished. Um, for example, if it's on off the shelf, there are some that are free, open source, and others that you have to pay an annual or a monthly license. And some they have only like one-time license fee. It depends, like really, because there are multiple billing and licensing models, and it depends on which platform you define. Um, for example, we really don't suggest that you use for example, a custom built platform because this doesn't happen often now in the market. It is expensive and it's hard to be done. Right now, the only businesses that you usually use custom built platforms are really big ones that usually the biggest companies because they have like complex and particular business rules that they have to use. So we really don't suggest this one like an option if you are just beginning to sell online. And the second type of platform are SaaS or software as a service. The main features of these ones is that the code is never mine. I have access rights to use it, but it's like renting. You don't owe it. The other company is responsible for improving it and ensuring that it always works. I have less responsibility, less control, but it's better because if I don't know a lot about e-commerce, I know that I just have like the lease, but they are responsible for making the improvements. The rent is paid, and they are like fixed amounts, percentage of sales. It depends as well on the type of negotiation that you have like with this company. The most common of the SaaS platforms are Vtex, Salesforce. And for example, to understand a little bit more about them, you can compare them. For example, a SaaS platform can be compared with an Airbnb or a temporary rent because I pay to use the apartment, and whenever I don't want to be there, probably there's like a contract to be checked, but I can finish it easily and just like have a copy or something about the code. But I don't have like a long-term contract. It's just like 1 or 2 3 years, and you can just finish it and go somewhere else. For example, for the platform off shelf can be comparable with prefabricated house because it comes in a determined way. It has some features that are determined, but I can add or change, for example, the floor, the lighting, the color. I have certain control, but if you want, for example, to add another floor, it it's going to be hard, it's going to be difficult, it's going to be expensive. So you can like have some changes, but it's going to be difficult, but it's already prefabricated. And for example, if you compare, a custom build can be compared with a house built from scratch, in which you hire the architect and you are in control of what they do. You have a plan, you have to plan and make all the big decisions. It has many risks, also benefits, because you decide what's going to happen at the end, but the investment is bigger. You have to make choices that maybe you don't know about. For example, in any commerce, you don't know what's the best design, the best business rules about the checkout or about something, and maybe it's not the best decision just to start. It might be very expensive if you make, for example, a bad choice, and to change it, it's going to be hard. It's going to take time. So it's up to you. You have to negotiate and you have to define. There are many options in the market, and it's important for you to know that. For example, right now we made this chart in which you can compare, for example, big components of an e-commerce. You can see like 3 different types. You can see like the different stages, for you to understand it better. There's like the stage of the planning, the integrations and marketing, and the last one, which is growth, which you can define by or compare to continuous improvement once you have your MVP. And there are like, if you see on top, you see like different colors in which you can see also like by, I don't know, for example, the first one in blue, you can see business definitions. You can see in gray technology, marketing, content, and UX, data analytics, and operation. And you can see all of them in each stage. And for example, in the planning, it is really important always to have, for example, a business plan, a value proposition as well, product offer, the objective definition, to have an internal team to see what are they going to do. For example, in this part, you can see in technology, the e-commerce platform, which we just talked about. It is really important to have this definition in the planning. You can see also like many operative definitions, like legal policies, internal processes, and this is all are very important for you to take into account in the planning. In a second stage, you can see integrations and marketing. And in here, you can, for example, find KPIs, integration with internal systems, which are like ERP or CRM, with external systems as well, maybe the courier, the payment gateway, sorry. For example, you can see here a lot of marketing definitions like social media. If you're going to have a dashboard to see the main KPIs, email marketing, ACO, if you're going to have a blog or not, content marketing. And in the this is very important for you to launch your e-commerce. And in the third stage, you're going to have like the growth, which is really important for you to continue the improvement of your e-commerce. And here you can find, for example, if you're going to have A/B testing, if you're going to have a database warming, if you're going to focus your e-commerce on responsive, which is like mobile first. For example, right now you see that around 80% of the sessions of the e-commerce are on the mobile. So it's really important to have a responsive e-commerce. For example, many other definitions, like if you're going to have a newsletter, you're going to have inbound marketing, you're going to have a chatbot or not. So it is really important as well if you're going to have omni-channel e-commerce, but it is like another stage that you have to keep following in the process. basically the key is to go to the market quickly. That's what we are going to focus. We are focusing here. Avoid the white whale. Don't try to be perfect. You know, like for example, we see, I don't know, many marketplaces or e-commerce, like I don't know, Amazon, or maybe one local that you have like an objective. You want to be like them, but you have to think that they have been in the market for around 10, 15 years, investing, having a plan, with continuous improvement. So you have to avoid to try to be perfect to launch and to go live. You have to go to the market quickly. You have to start selling. You have to feel, you don't have to feel strong. You don't have to be the best one to start selling. It is really important to take that into account. That's why it is so important to have in your mind the minimum viable product. This is really important. You need to start selling with this, and think about the continuous improvement. Try to have a plan, a strategy. Of course, it is really important to improve every day, and the strategy is really important so you have your focus and you work every day to achieve what you want to be at the end. Um, and at the end, as I said before, custom developed definitely is not recommended. It may sound strong to say I don't recommend it, but uh, for you, and if you are starting, it's really not the best option. These are like the main key suggestions that we have for you. And here, for example, you can see this concept minimum viable product like in these images. For example, in the first scenario, you have four stages in which you can't move. You are developing, working, and until you have the car finished, you can move, and you can go to one place to another. In the second scenario, you always can move. For example, you have the skateboard, you have the scooter, then the bike, the motorcycle, and finally you have the car. But in every stage, you were able to move from one place to another. It is true that you are not as comfortable than being on a car or moving on a car, but it is a process. And it is what happens with e-commerce. There are functionalities, integration, processes, payment methods, loyalty programs, I don't know, many definitions that you may want to have, but they are going to happen with time, with effort, with your strategy, with your plan. But at the end, you never stop selling. Like in the first stage with your MVP, you're always selling, and that's like what you have to take into account and what you have um, to think if you want to start selling. And for example, you can see it reflected in these images um, very well what the message that I was trying to tell. And now I'm gonna give space to Luis to continue.
Thanks, Laura. Returning to digital platforms, how do I know um, uh, which platform is the best for my business? All these platforms will come with native functionalities, and what does this mean? They will have a shopping cart, the possibility of adding payment methods, such as Laura mentioned, some gateways. Product listings, but in general, what you need to do as a business is to figure out your requirement as a business first, and then review which platform can meet them. Okay, for example, many businesses sell to end customers, but it may happen that your business sells to distributors. So there I need to consider a B2B platform where my customers will have different catalogs and price lists. Therefore, depending on the type of the business I have and who I'm selling to, that's where I need to assess the functionalities and determine which one suits me the best as a e-commerce platform. Okay, it's very common for me as a business to need help operating my store, and sometimes I don't have time or the money to hire a professional. Many times, the community around the platform, meaning other people or businesses that use it, can help you. There are many cases, for example, uploading a product or a specific platform. You may need some help with that. While I can hire an agency for this, it's also interesting to analyze how large a platform's community is in order to have this support. And a factor to consider in selecting the platform is scalability. That is how much I need to grow without the platform ceasing to function, okay, ceasing to sell. But grow in what sense? In the number of products, the variety of products, the suppliers I'll need to involve, the quantity of orders, the customers, channels, and even the countries I will reach. Now, on the other hand, if I have 10 products and with all the effort in the world, I'm going to sell 50 products next year, then maybe that's not an issue. What's key is to have a clear vision of where I'm headed and ensure that my platform aligns with this vision. Okay. Another point we find interesting to emphasize is support. Okay, it's relevant is related to a community, but at more enterprise level, it's more about the level of support you're receiving, not only from the platform, but also from the company that will help you to implement it. Okay, some platforms offer implementation themselves, while others do it through integrator or agencies. That's why it's important to also consider the support and guidance provided by this company, this integrator, especially if you are in the enterprise sector. Okay, they should know how to integrate all these e-commerce project with the rest of your technologies effectively. Okay. And well, what we've been discussing this is a e-commerce platform for selling. However, this platform, as Laura mentioned before, this platform interacts with other systems that are part of the entire process of the entire customer journey, including incorporating, for instance, WhatsApp, a chatbot, payment gateways, logistics, a search bar, a CRM, uh, customer relationship management systems, and more. The effectiveness of these integrations and the seamless flow of information between the system can significantly impact the efficiency and success of your e-commerce business. Okay. I'm gonna talk about a little bit about the payment gateway, which is the virtual cash register of our online business. It's the tool that allows us to securely receive the money from our customers when they purchase our products or service in or e-commerce, right? When a customer completes a purchase on your website, the payment gateways handles all the processing, the payment, verifying the validity of the credit card or the payment methods, and ensuring that the funds are transferred correctly to our account. Okay. In addition to managing payments, the payment gateway typically offers flexible payment options to accommodate to our customers' preferences, such as credit cards, debit cards, and other popular methods. and it also helps protect our customers' sensitive information like their credit card data through robust security measures. Okay. In summary, the payment gateway is an essential part of our online business, and it enables us to efficiently and securely receive payments, which in turn help keep our business operations running smoothly. Okay. And finally, logistics. It's like the engine that drives our business, but because it involves the strategic management of how we move our products from the point of origin or warehouses to our customers' hands, right? This includes the planning, the transportation, storage, and the efficient and effective distribution of our products. Well, logistics ensure that our products are available when our customers need them. Okay, this involves important decisions like choosing suppliers, right? Optimizing the shipping routes and managing inventory to prevent shortage or excess of stock. Okay, it also it's about providing reliable and secure shipping options to our customers. Furthermore, logistics isn't just about product delivery, okay? It's also about customer service, and a good logistics system allow us to provide tracking information, manage returns, and effectively resolve issues. Okay, in summary, logistics is essentials for our business, and it ensures that our products reach our customers on time and in good condition, which enhances our customer satisfaction and their efficiency to our business operation. Okay, well, what we want you to take away from this is to do your research through there's plenty of documentation available. Okay, seek advice. For instance, come from e-commerce agencies like us, like Valtech, who have been dedicated to this industry for a long time, working on projects of all kind. Very interested one. There's no one size fits all platforms that's better than another. So remember that the important thing is to choose the platform that better suits the needs and stage of your business. Thank you.
Yeah, and I want to add also, Luis, don't be afraid. If you want to start selling online, we can help you. You can do it. You can start with something which is not that hard, with that's so difficult, so expensive. You can start with something simple, but you can do it and you can start transforming. So thank you for being here with us, and happy to help you build the digital future.